Imagine being the global symbol of a superpower's economic miracle, building an empire from a small, cramped apartment. Imagine processing more transactions than Amazon and eBay combined, becoming a rock star billionaire known across the entire world. Now imagine vanishing. One minute you're lecturing powerful regulators on a grand stage, and the next, absolute deafening silence. No tweets, no public appearances, no traces. This isn't a Hollywood thriller. It's the real-life story of Jack Ma. This is the systematic dismantling of the Alibaba empire. Welcome to Master Plan. Today we dive into the most high-stakes chess match in modern history, the Great Chinese Tech Crackdown. We'll uncover how a teacher built a $600 billion dragon and the clinical way the government clipped its wings. If you want to understand the true price of ambition and global power, stay with us until the very end. The Rise, the Crocodile, and the Yangtze. In 1999, inside a small Hangzhou apartment, Jack Ma gathered 17 friends to start a company to last 102 years. At the time, China's internet was a ghost town, and trust between buyers and sellers was practically non-existent. Ma called his strategy the crocodile in the Yangtze. He knew he couldn't beat eBay in the ocean, but he owned the river. Through Taobao and Tmall, Alibaba built the infrastructure of trust, creating Alipay to hold money in escrow for customers. This didn't just build a company, it built an entire middle class. By 2014, Alibaba's New York IPO was the largest in history. Valued at $25 billion, Jack Ma became a global prophet and an icon for the Chinese youth. But Alibaba stopped being just a shopping site. It became a bank, a cloud provider, and a massive data powerhouse. The tipping point, the Bund Summit. For years, Jack Ma and the party had a symbiotic relationship. He was the perfect face of the Chinese dream. However, tension was brewing. Alibaba's Ant Group created Alipay, which made physical cash virtually disappear across China. Ant Group began disrupting state banks, issuing microloans to millions using its massive treasure trove of consumer data. By late 2020, Ant Group was preparing for a record-breaking $37 billion IPO set to change global finance forever. Then came October 24th, 2020. At the Bund Summit, Jack Ma walked onto the stage and did the unthinkable. He criticized the global banking system, calling it a pawn shop club, and accused regulators of stifling true innovation. The room went cold. In a system built on absolute authority, Ma had publicly challenged the state's referees. He forgot the golden rule: you can be rich and famous, but never more powerful than the party. The disappearance and the hammer. The reaction was swift. Within days, the biggest IPO in history was pulled by regulators at the last minute. The markets were in shock, and Jack Ma was summoned to a private meeting. Then he completely vanished from public view. For 3 months, the world wondered, where is Jack Ma? Was he under house arrest, or had he fled? While the world looked for a man, the Chinese government was busy looking through Alibaba's financial books. A massive anti-monopoly investigation was launched, focusing on Alibaba's practice of forcing merchants into exclusive deals. In April 2021, the hammer dropped. Alibaba was hit with a record-breaking $2.8 billion fine as a symbolic warning. The restructuring, clipping the wings. The taming wasn't just about money, it was about restructuring. Ant Group was forced to become a financial holding company. Regulated like a boring traditional bank, Ant Group lost its tech status and its astronomical market valuation. Then came common prosperity. President Xi Jinping signaled a shift toward narrowing the wealth gap in China. Tech moguls began donating billions to social causes. Alibaba pledged over $15 billion as a survival tax. Ma finally reappeared in a brief 48-second video, looking subdued and talking about teacher social responsibility. Today, he lives a quiet life abroad, focusing on agriculture, a far cry from the levers of financial power, strategic analysis, and the new reality. Was this just about one speech? No. At Master Plan, we see 3 core strategic reasons. First, systemic risk. Ant Group was lending billions while offloading the actual financial risk onto state-owned banks. Second, data sovereignty. Alibaba's data is the new oil, and the state decided no private individual should control it. Third, the message. By taking down the biggest tiger, the government warned every other CEO to fall in line. In 2023, Alibaba announced it would split into 6 independent units. While they call it increasing agility, it is the ultimate victory for the state. A fragmented empire is easier to control. The dragon hasn't been killed, but it has been domesticated. It only breathes fire where and when it is permitted. This story marks the end of the Wild West era for global tech and the start of total regulation. Jack Ma's company may last 102 years, but it won't be the revolutionary force he once envisioned in Hangzhou. Did China save its economy or kill its innovation? Is any CEO truly more powerful than a government? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Master Plan for more deep dives. I'm the voice of Master Plan, and I'll see you in the next one.